Well, gentlemen, thanks for joining me here on this collaboration between Brixar and Two Loose Bricks. Two Loose Bricks, I find it very interesting how you've taken something that is complete as a kit and you go beyond that by altering the kit and make it even more complete. What was your most difficult project? Hmm. Wow. Hmm. Ah. Hmm. So, Brixar, good to see you tonight. Thanks for joining us. I see your whole family has embraced Lego and YouTube as a means to spread the word about your business and the fun that you guys seem to have working the business. What do you think about having the whole family involved in this? Hmm. That's good. That's like I've got a 27-year-old daughter, and I kind of joke and I say she's the best son I could ever ask for. All right, so Two Loose Bricks. What's your next big modification project? Okay. Oh, and also maybe kind of take a mental note if I'm asking a question and part of your answer relates to another video that you've already done, to then send me the links to those videos, and in the description I'll make sure that I put links to those videos in the description as well. Brixar, what hard to find products does Legoland Deutschland produce? Yes. Is that the green guy? Okay. Hmm. When you say store build, what do you mean?
Usually when a store opens or they have a special event that's just for that store, they'll have a special build that's unique, and sometimes the unique pieces will be a sticker sheet
Ah,
or the instruction sheet, usually fairly common pieces. But Lego stores around the world do that, and but since Germany's like, I mean, they're right there in the heart of everything, and they're so close to Denmark, and they're just you got a lot of eight balls over there, so they really go out of the way to make some really nice stuff for them. Yeah.
learning all sorts of good stuff tonight.
My daughter wants to go to Germany, so I'm working towards helping her reach that goal. We can eventually afford to fly us all out there and go out to Germany and see some of the other things besides Lego.
Hmm.
I would definitely want to go to Deutschland, Germany, Lego store in Germany.
Cool. Yeah, especially yeah. Keep track of prices because prices keep going up and down depending on fuel and costs and stuff like that. Sometimes it might be less expensive than you think.
My wife's good at finding good deals.
I know the Canadian prices there are just like ridiculous lately. I don't know what's going on. Um, because I know April Man did the catalog overview with his prices, and then I did one sort of as a retort back in Canadian prices. And he commented to me saying, "Wow, some of these prices are ridiculous," and they are. Like some sets, some of the more expensive sets, like the Ghostbusters Firehouse, for example, it's $100 more here in Canada right off the bat. You know, they say it's due to the way that they set their exchange rate at the beginning of the year. This is how they price it. Visit Lego. I don't know. I mean, I see some stuff that is way out of line, and some of the cheaper sets that they're like, what we'll say, $19.99 US, and they sell for 29 or even 35 here. They're almost double. And then there's some that may have more pieces in them that would sell for 19.99 US, and they're like 24.99 here. So there's no rhyme or reason to the pricing that they got going on. I don't know what it is. And where I am in Nova Scotia, our sales tax is 15% on top of all that.
Wow.
So, $400 set, you're looking at $460 right off the bat.
Jeez. I guess you're just gonna have to move to the U.S.
Yeah. I just tried going to the stores down there and saying, okay, can you order this for me? Because if you don't have it, can you send it to me? Oh yeah, we'll send it to you. Okay, how much is that now? And they'll tally it up, but they sell it to me in a Canadian price.
Oh.
That's the most ridiculous thing, because it's not based on where it's sold, it's based on the address it's being shipped to. I have a cousin that lives in Boston, so she tells me anytime I want something just to have it shipped to her head. I can pick it up. But
Sometimes I buy stuff overseas, like from Germany, for instance, and I'll buy it in bulk and ship it over here, and it's cheaper. Like the mini figures, they're $4 a pack here. You can buy them for $3 in Germany. So I'll buy cases of them and ship them over here, and it ends up being cheaper, even with the shipping.
that's interesting.
A funny world we live in. I,
It has to do with all these governments and taxes and customs and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
yeah, the difficulty I have is like with electronic stuff. So some things they'll ship. So I'm a contractor working for we have a contract with the government, so we have a U.S. postal address, but still, because it's overseas, then some people will ship, some won't. So sometimes I just have to ship it to my daughter in Chicago, and then she ships it back over to me. Have to do the workaround. So Toulouse Bricks, as relates to modifications, Lego versus Duplo, pros and cons for each. Are there any?
Well, I've used both. I don't know. I would say that the pros and the cons would be the same for each. It just depends on, I guess the application that you're going to use it for.
So basically the plastics it's the same, of same makeup, so it really doesn't make a difference.
Pretty much it's found to be the same.
Okay.
I use Dupo. Some of my displays that I had, we had, the stanchions you put up with the ropes to keep kids back from the displays. So we take a Dupo 4x4 square, and we put like a momentary touch switch in the middle of it because it's big enough and it's deep enough, and then we glue it on the top of the stanchion and run our wire out to the display so the kids could press the button
Ah.
and sort of make it like an interactive thing. So it makes it feel a little more, so that's a pro for the Duplo over the regular Lego because it fit perfect, right?
Yeah.
I can think of.
Brixar, what's the rarest or most valuable Lego piece or set out there?
Tough question. Sometimes the rarity doesn't necessarily value. If you want to talk about like a rare piece, I actually did a video on that. It's not a very good video. I need to redo it. But you can't have anything more rare than one. And there's literally thousands of pieces that they only made one of because you have printed bricks. Like in the Santa Fe train, each of them has its own unique tile that numbered each locomotive. But the most valuable piece is probably the 2x4 gold brick that they gave to employees. I think it was in the 70s. Not really sure. I saw it at the Toy and Plastic Brick Museum. It's in Ohio. He had one. It was probably $10,000 piece.
Wow.
Mr. Gold, it was in the Series 10. It's a little minifigure it's not made out of gold. It's just gold, chrome gold. I see those selling for a couple of thousand online. But it says that I would want the set that he's rebuilt that UCS Millennium Falcon. To me, that's probably the set to have at Millennium Falcon. It's like it was close to 6,000 pieces.
Oh my God.
It's one that people want, which makes it valuable. It's probably the most valuable set.
I saw one on, just to follow that up, I saw one on eBay not long ago, well, a few months ago, and they wanted brand new inbox, still sealed, they wanted 16,000 for it, somewhere in Europe, France or somewhere.
Wow.
Five inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The story behind mine, I'll make this quick. It was back in 2010. I think it was probably one of the first May the 4th that they had. They had the big sale, and this is what I was watching for. And I was going to order it, and I called the lady, said, well, if you're coming down to the U.S., don't worry about it. The store's got them. We have like 1,000 of them in the warehouse, no problem, type of thing. I said, okay. So I saw the possibility it was going on sale. So I go to work early in the morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning type thing. So I was up at, as soon as the sale went on, basically. And, kept refreshing, to get that sale. And it came up, and it said $170. And I'm like, okay, credit card. Another set that was like a $400 set that was on for, I think it was 150. It was another one of the big sellers. Anyway, what happened?
Uh-oh.
I'll be back.
Okay, go ahead, Two Loose Bricks.
Yeah. So basically, what happened? They had a misprogramming in the Canadian shopping cart. So instead of 30% off, it took 70% off. So all the Canadians that were ordering were getting everything
Um, How it happens. I mean, that sounds like I need to look out for a Millennium Falcon while I'm over here. Then, huh? Would there people even? I would imagine if people are up on Lego that they would know the value of something like that and wouldn't, you know, by chance or whatever. Oh yeah, you can have it for $100 or something like that.
I think a lot of people buy them too, would love to buy them for art.
Say it isn't so. Two loose bricks. So have you been to any of the 7 Legoland parks or any of the 13 Legoland Discovery Centers?
I have been to Legoland, Florida. So yeah. One I've got the closest one to us would be in Toronto right now, I think. And that's like a 24-hour drive.
Oh, geez, yeah.
And the closest Lego store to me right now is in Boston. Because that's closer to Toronto, and that's about a 13-hour drive. So it's still.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. What about you, Brixar? What Discovery Centers or parks have you been to?
Never been to a Legoland park. So I keep forgetting about the one in Florida. Ever since they opened it, we're down that way, about once a year. Then we did go to there's a Discovery Center in Atlanta, and I took my son a few years back when he was younger, and that's who it's for. He was like at the limit, pretty much. Where as he got any older, he wouldn't like it. So those Discovery Centers, those are that's like going to Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say, what's the difference between a Discovery Center and a park?
The only thing they got you can see is they got at ours in Atlanta, they got like a city. It's not real big, but it's got landmarks they built out of Lego of Atlanta. They got a MARTA train. They got the West End Tower. It's the Round Hotel. They just got some of the landmarks built, but there's nothing else to see. And it's expensive.
Hmm.
Not something I'll ever probably go do again.
Uh,
So is it kind of like a bigger glorified Lego store with some like displays in it?
Yeah, with none of the benefits of a Lego store.
Ah, yeah.
You don't get to use your VIP points. It doesn't
Right.
count towards your VIP points. But one thing that you might get there sometimes is eyeball things like the rubber bricks or odd colored bricks. Just if they have them, you kind of have to ask. It's not worth going. Find those things.
that's interesting to know. So that means if it might not. It looks like I better do some more research on this Legoland park here in Germany, or at least if I'm going to make a trip, have something else planned with the trip, and not just go for that.
Legoland's a whole different world than Discovery Center. I mean, they got big displays, they got a lot to see. So yeah, that'll be better than Discovery Center.
Okay. Uh, oh, that's good. Good to know. So I guess it's kind of for both of you. So we'll come back over to Two Loose Bricks. Have you thought about going to any of the foreign Legoland parks? Japan, Deutschland.
Not recently. I know as a child, I thought about going over to the original one, the villain, but I've had no desire to go to North America. So
Okay.
I guess I'll have the answer to that.
Okay. And you, Brixar, same question?
The only thing that I really want to do is go to a Lego Inside Tour. My preference would be to go to one in Lund, and that's where they take you behind the scenes. It's very, very, very expensive, and I think this year would have been the year I wish I could have gone because
I hope you get to see that. Brixar, as it relates to building and reselling sets, Lego versus Duplo, what are the differences?
Duplo it's a really good toy. It's got a lot of it's great for play for kids, but it's not something you go in to like, hey, I'm gonna hold this and resell it or use it and resell it. Just like I can build a regular Lego set, build it, display it. If I get tired of it, I can sell it. And I can use more than what I pay for it. But Duplo is like it's just for. But it's kind of. And I'm not gonna say like a throwaway toy, but it doesn't have any lasting value. It's not gonna be something. It's not something you go to Bricklink. You don't see a lot of sellers selling Duplo.
So, I just went before this teleconference. I went down in the basement because I know we got like 3 buckets of Lego stuff from when our daughter was very small. And of course, I like playing with Lego bricks too. Like I said, she's the best son I could have. And I noticed, so we had like there was a Lego set, but then there was also a bucket that said Lego, but it also said Duplo. So I guess I don't quite understand what is Duplo then.
That's so they can distinguish who is what age group it's made by. It is Lego.
Uh-huh.
Bricks would say Lego only. Most of them would say Duplo on the stud, Duplo yours. But it's just for that 5 and under.
Ah.
It's still a Lego product. It's compatible. Bricks will connect to regular Lego bricks. So it's just, and they've had others they've tried like Primo, which was for baby. Last one they had Quattro, which was for infants or not infants, but kind of pre-toddler age. They were about twice the size of Duplo. That didn't last. So all the other things they pretty much tried didn't last. So now it's pretty much Duplo for 5 and under, regular Lego bricks.
Oh, okay. Now I understand. Appreciate the explanation. Two Loose Bricks. So, looking at your channel and some of your videos, I see you don't just limit to Lego and Duplo, but you seem to have quite a variety of different bricks and stuff like that that you put together for your projects. What can you tell me about these other brick products?
Now, if you can see me, I don't know. You asked me a question about the other bricks. Yeah, I got everything. I got everything. You still can't beat Lego.
Hmm.
Although there's some of them out there like Kobe, I think that's the one from over in Europe. That's pretty good now. That's getting pretty good. But this set here, I'm going to show you this set because I haven't done my review on it yet. But it's actually from The Walking Dead. It's the motorhome. This thing has got so much detail into it. It's incredible.
I hope you're not trying to show that to us, are you?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I think like Brixar said though, your little rectangle turns more square, kind of clicks, and all of a sudden, and it's like,
I've always been rectangle down at the bottom here for me. Okay. Well, that's not
you're here in spirit.
Oh, I think it's gonna go stop spinning.
What?
I'll just try it again. Am I still spinning?
Yeah. So you like the Walking Dead trailer, right?
Yeah, well, I guess you're not going to get my video. But anyway, I got to say that
There you are. Hey, welcome back.
now I see the thing.
Oh wow.
and everything was molded just for it. Um, and I mean, really, there's no interior or anything whatsoever. Um, but it was a pretty neat set, and I ordered that off Amazon. And the only reason I did because we had one years ago, the real life version, and so it was kind of like a memory thing, memento type thing. And my dad and I built it, and he's 75, and he likes to build too. So I said, this is going to be something kind of cool that we can do together, fathers. So yeah, blah, blah, blah. And these really clutched together well. I was surprised. And it's a Chinese no-name set, but it's put out by McFarlane Toys. So I suspect they must have got someone who molded it properly because McFarlane is a pretty decent company for their action figures and whatnot. So they got a whole line of these. But I mean, yeah, the details. Let's see if I can get one of the zombies here. You can see him too well. The light's not too well on that, but yeah.
Ah! So let me. Can I see the front end again? Yeah. Uh, so do the lights light up? You got some work to do, young man.
The only part is this whole canopy is one full molded piece, even the rails. So it doesn't fold down and it doesn't bend up. So that's kind of a nuisance. They do give you one that's a rolled up one, but you have to interchange it. So it depends what you want, full or canopy or whatever.
I
It's the
tell
only thing I've ever seen.
I
One piece that's ever been molded.
I tell you what. If the zombies are coming though, I'm not gonna put that thing down. I'm just going.
So, the other bricks, I don't know. I guess they're okay, but nothing compares to Lego.
Okay. Um,
Sure, agreed.
it sounds like the next question for Brixar was, what's the biggest Lego built item? I guess no. I guess that would have to be better defined. So go ahead.
And that's what I was wondering. I didn't know if you were talking about a set or like big things that they built a big set that was up. They showed off first up there in New York, May the 4th, a couple years back. That was probably the largest single build. You know what I'm talking? Set one with the most pieces was at Taj Mahal, but the heaviest one goes back again to the one we were talking about a minute ago, that UCS Millennium Falcon, by far the heaviest set, most classic piece that ever made.
I think it weighs around 26 pounds or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
10 kilograms, over 10 kilograms.
Yeah. Well, in the case that I have it literally takes at least two of us to carry it to the shelf.
Wow.
So,
Oh, I remember watching Two Loose Bricks, one of the videos you had with that mural on the wall. Um, what's the biggest mural or project that you've participated in with somebody else where you had combined or multiple people building something?
it's that one right now. It's an ongoing one. Our club started out, there's actually a Discovery Center here in Halifax that they wanted to build it. There's a local artist who came up with the picture. Robin Sadler, he's the Canadian certified Lego fella. He put it all together and masterminded, all the little 6x6 tiles put on it. Um, there was something like, oh my God. Well, if you take a large gray faceplate, there was four of them per section, and there was 11 sections. It was I think we have 46 large gray base plates. You can do the math to come out at 6 by 6 how much it is. It's huge, the whole wall. They started that in April. They wanted to have it done in a month. I think they only got one, two, maybe four sections of it done on the 11th.
Wow.
I don't think it's going to be done. I think they're going to end up giving up on it. And strictly because they were charging people $5 to build a 6 by 6 tile. And they were doing that as a fundraiser for the new Discovery Center that they're going into. So I thought it was rather expensive because they originally started at $10 per tile. They dropped it to $5. So when you're paying $10 admission to get into it to begin with, you got a family of 4, and then after you got the kids. I want to build it, I want to build it. It adds up really quick.
Yep.
So I think it should have been with the admission. The members of our club, we just dropped out of building it. We said enough was enough because we were getting some flack about it as well. It's just the people that we had to work with, it was just too hard to do. So now they're back. The center is back in control of it, and they're gonna look after it and build it. So that's the biggest thing I've ever participated in. And it's like you can only devote so much time to it.
Yeah.
And that's something to take on that big. They really bit off more than they could chew. And I think what turned a lot of people off from this whole big bill, I don't mean to keep going on about it, but it's a huge picture. It's a beautiful picture. They did not release the picture at the place, so you don't know what you're building. We knew what we were building, and they're keeping it tight under wraps until the whole thing was built. And then people were saying, well, what's this picture of that we're building? And it's like, well, we can't really tell you. We've signed these non-disclosure things. We can't tell you. And to make matters worse, when it's completed, it was only supposed to hang on that wall for a week or two, and then they were going to split the sections all up and give one like the Children's Hospital to one of the other big, corporate sponsors and that type of thing. So it wasn't really going to do the like everyone thought it was going to go. So it's kind of disappointing, and like I said, we got so flack that we just backed out of it. But all the same, it was fun building it. One by one.
Yeah. Kind of the same question for. Good question.
Participated in one that at Philly Brick Fest, they built a humongous mural on the floor of the Darth Vader minifigure from his torso up to his head holding the lightsaber. They did it each day, and then they took it apart.
Wow.
Basically, they had instruction sheets for the kid, and they're not charging people to do it. They just build it. All the people participating. There's not as much detail because I think they're using a lot of bricks instead of like individual one by one. So it's a pretty simple build. It's just a lot of black bricks. But yeah, they built that each day, and then took it apart, and then rebuilt it the next day. It was huge. I mean, I know you know. It was. I've never done. I'll be up there in a minute. I got a few more minutes, and I'm gonna have to go.
Okay. I'll speed.
The size of that mural that we were working on was roughly 20 feet wide by 12 feet tall, just to give you an idea. That's a big mural.
Yeah. Same question. We'll let Brickstar go first. What effects have you seen because of the Lego Movie on your business?
First of all, Lego Movie made me feel about this big.
What?
Because I was bored to my son had a little tub of bricks off to the side that he could play with, and hands off. As far as selling things, I haven't really seen any weather change. I don't worry about it as much anymore. And yeah, that's the big thing that keeps me kind of As
Okay.
far as buying and selling, YouTube's had more of an effect on that than anything.
Two loose bricks.
I'm gonna be up with Bricks on that one. My son, well, he's 17, and he's got a full bedroom of I'm trying to think of what. It's all Halo stuff because he's a big video gamer. So he's into the Halo completely. So of course Lego don't make Halo, so he's got that room in there. So it's kind of almost the reverse in our place. Like that's his room. I don't go into his room. He doesn't go into my stuff. And yeah, I thought like what business too, and I saw that. And it was like, oh God, the Prego, because I use it too.
All right. Two loose bricks then. Let's say someone has a rare or expensive kit and they want to do modifications. What advice would you give them before they started?
Depends on, I would say if it's rare, I would really question. Yeah, I probably wouldn't modify it. I'd like to leave it as it is. If it's a medium to, here you go. If it's not so rare, well, hey, I didn't think the Falcon was going to be as rare as it was. Then look what I went and done to it. So, hindsight, I guess. But I don't feel bad doing it when I do take it out and put it on display. It's a wow factor when the kids see it. It just blows their mind. Like, oh my God, that's the Falcon. It's so big, And it's like, where did you built that? Like, well, I put it together, yeah. So having the lights and that in it, I didn't mind doing it. I mean, most of them, I didn't have to drill or cut anything for it. They just fit because there's a lot of Technic beams in that set. So the LEDs fit perfectly in those Technic holes. So,
Well, I think
except for the hot glue that I got on it, pretty much come off until it peels off. So it's not like the total destruction of the set.
well,
Pure set, I wouldn't want it.
I would think in your case though too, you have taken something that may be difficult to find now, but you've actually made it so unique and individual that there's only one of what you have.
Yeah, that's probably so. I've had some of the other YouTube guys that have done like pot, as we say, comment on it. Some of the other AFOs like down in Australia and whatnot said, "Wow, that's a humongous set." When I span it outwards, it's about 9 feet long by about 2.5 feet wide. The full display.
Wow.
And trench and everything that I got going, and it all folds up right, so it's pretty compact when it gets going. Yeah, it's unique. It's a labor of love, right?
Yeah.
When I stop loving it, and it's like you guys, when you stop love doing it, there's no fun in it anymore.
Yeah.
I do it, but it's fun.
Brixar. I'm going to skip 9 and go to 10. What advice do you have for anyone who wants to make selling Lego products a business?
You like doing that because that's what it is. I actually, both myself and my wife had worked in warehouses before. We picked parts, and that's what you're doing. So if you do not love Lego, I wouldn't advise it because it would be like work. Um, you know, yeah. The worst job I ever had to do was picking groceries for a major grocery chain down here in the southeast.
That's one thing about a reality and what we see somebody doing. It's like, oh, that looks like such a great thing, but then when they're actually in it, it's a whole different story. It's like, okay, so I did 20 years in the Marine Corps, and before going in, you see John Wayne going up the sands of Iwo Jima, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, let me tell you, when you put that pack on and you're going up that hill, it's not yeah. Reality and what we perceive are definitely two different things. So, Toulouse Bricks, what advice do you have for people in general who want to modify their kits?
Daryl,
Yeah.
if you want to do it, be careful what you do, enjoy it. If you're not going to enjoy modifying it, don't modify it. And I mean, every time you modify something, that becomes your own creation as well.
Excellent.
So like you said a little earlier, it's unique. I sort of don't plan to do things out when I modify things. I just do them on a whim. And, that's my background too, is in electronics. So when it comes to the lighting and that, I have an idea already perceived as to what it's going to turn out like.
All right. Well, gentlemen, do you have any final questions for each other or for me?
Randy, but I'm definitely going to be looking at some of the Tulu Spring stuff next.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Got me intrigued. I think it's the thing that I can't like is train.
Yeah.
And automation, there's a guy that does a lot of YouTube videos using that, or Dream, or I can't say it,
Arduino, yeah.
stuff. So that's got me intrigued. Integrating that, making things more remote control. That would be pretty neat.
Yeah, I know it's not Lego per se, but can't afford to keep putting Mindstorms and stuff to automate them. So when you can get a little $5 thing that fits into the size of a couple bricks, you know. But I got some more plans in my mind coming up that I'm working on. So yeah, check them out. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess that's why I started my channel years ago, was just sort of as a do-it-yourself thing, but then it kind of went into everything. Because I go on looking for stuff, and I hate gears. Working with gears has got to be my nemesis. I just hate it. And I try to go on and look for this stuff, and how to light this, or how to do this, or how could I do that, and I couldn't find it. And I thought, well, maybe I should do some business like that. And I think that's how I started. Now it's just kind of gone higgly everything. Do a review of all I got stick figures the other day. So, it's crazy, but
All right. Well,
I enjoy, well, last time I
mm,
enjoy your videos, they're good. And, Rick's, I enjoy your videos too, and keep the brick shop, because I like that. That's any,
Punctuate.
yeah. I don't know, it gives it that extra added layer to your channel, I think.
all right then, Brick Czar and Toulouse Bricks. I really appreciate you coming on and doing this collaboration. But I really appreciate y'all's time, and this has been good.
Yeah, thanks guys, I really appreciate it too. Hopefully we do it again.
Sounds good. It's beer time. Cheers.